Once again, I welcome you guys to the Make It Simple YouTube channel. In this video, I explained about the learnings in Python for the beginners. In my previous couple of videos, I explained about how to create a web application in Python using Django Framework. So if you didn't go through my previous video, just go through it and come back to this video. I have given the video link in the description section. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain about how to replace this hello world message with a list of products from the DB. So in my last couple of videos, I explained about how to create the models, that is the tables, and how to display this in our administrative panel. And in the administrative panel, instead of an object, how to display in a customized way. Like in this, I will display name, price, and stock. We explained about how to add this in our administration panel over here, like this. In the administration panel, we added over here, and the listing over here, and in this table also you can able to see. Just browse this table and you can able to see the data, or in this admin panel you can able to see the data. You can add the product and all. Now what we want to do is we want to display this products in the another page called /products, because the registered user or unregistered user, anonymous user want to see the products in this page only. But here what it is we are just displaying a sample message called hello world. Now I want to replace this hello world message with the list of products from the DB. Now let's see what we have to do over here, and that's going to be super easy. Now what I'm going to do is in our views.py, right, this is the place where we send the HTTP response for our request, right? So ELA, as I said, in this model only we will define our view function that gets called when the browser send our HTTP request to the server, right? So Django takes the request and hand over this to the function, and this function will send the HTTP response. Now we want to list with the list of products from a DB. So the first step is we need to get the products that is stored in the DB, and we need to format them using some HTML template. So let's go ahead. First, what we have to do is I want to import our product class from our product models. For that, what I'm going to do is from dot modules, I'm just going to import our product class. That's it. This is a model called product. Now what I'm going to do is with this help of this, I'm just going to this product will have some bunch of useful methods to get the data. For that, what we'll do is here, with the help of this product, right, with this product, and it will have this object called objects, and there is a method called all. It will have the method called all. What it will do is it will retrieve all the data from the DB. Otherwise, there are other methods also, other methods also there. For example, I want to do some filtering, means just you can make use of filter method. Filter, what it will do is we can retrieve the data based on the filtering the products. Otherwise, I want to get a single product, or I want to get a single data, means you just make use of get method over here. Otherwise, you want to insert the new product, or you want to update the existing one, means you can use save. You can just use the save method over here. But now what you are going to do is I'm going to use all method, because I'm going to get all the products from the DB. For that, I'm just going to use all over here. And now what I'm going to do is I want to save it in a variable. For that, I'm just make use of variable as product. That's it. Now what I'm going to do is I need to create an HTML template, because we are going to render the template, right, for the list of products. For that, I'm just going to create a directory called templates. Here the naming convention should be careful, because the Django will look into this folder only, templates folder only, to load the templates. And inside that, I'm just going to create a file called HTML file called index.html. That's it, index.html. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some HTML over here. I'm just going to add h1. I'm just giving the tab. It will add this h1, and this is for bold heading. This one I'm just giving products, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to display list of items. For that, I'm just giving unordered list. That's it. And inside the unordered list, I'm just going to add the list of items. Just it, list. And here I'm just going to display item 1. That's it. Now I'm just going to use the repetitive of list of items, item 2. That's it. Just adding some dummy HTML content over here. Now what I have to do is the views.py, right, instead of sending the HTTP response, I want to render that HTML template. For that, what I do is I'm just commenting this return, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going using the again the return, but instead of HTTP response, I'm going to use this render. Already we imported this render over here. Render. Now what are the arguments we are going to pass? The first argument is we need to pass this request. The request object which you are coming, right, we need to pass as an argument to the function. The second argument, what you have to do is like we need to specify the name of the template. So we need to pass as a string. So the name of the template is index.html. And then the third is like we need to pass the products, that list, right? So we need to pass as a dictionary. For that, what you have to do is like the dictionary is a key value pair, right? The key I am going to use as data, and the value is the product which we received in the before line, like this one, this product variable. That's it. So we just send this one, and what it is showing, like we need to have like 2 blank spaces of line, and here also like 2 blank spaces of line. That's it. We need to remove this line. That's it. And here what it is, like instead of sending the HTTP response, we are rendering it. It consists of 3 arguments. The first argument is the request object. Second argument is the template index.html as a string. And the third argument, we can pass the object as a dictionary one. So now what we are going to do is like, now we will go to this index.html, and here what we are going to do is like inside this one, I am going to use a special tag which will be kind of curly braces, percentage symbol, curly braces. Now what this will be called as, this is called as a template tag in Django. What we can do is like in between this percentage symbol, right, we can write dynamic code. For example, we can add some loop to repeat some instruction, or to write if statement to conditionally render some content. So what we are going to do is like between this we will be getting that content over here, right? From here we will be just sending the dictionary data. So for that I'm going to use for loop for item in data. This is the key value, we will be getting it over here. Now what I'm going to do is like I just want to render the data from this object data. For that I'm going to use the list object over here, or the double curly braces. What this double curly braces will do is like it will dynamically render the values. So whenever we use this 2 curly braces, right, Django will evaluate the expression and render it in HTML. And we have this item, right? This item dot, what I'm going to do is like item dot name. That's it. And I don't want this one, just removing it. And I'm making this for loop inside this unordered list. And it is not like Python. For Python, if you're writing for loop, means we don't want to end the loop, but Django doesn't do like that. We need to manually mention that end of for loop. For that, what I'm going to do is like I'm just going there, template tag, curly braces, percentage symbol, curly braces. Inside that, I'm just going to do end for. We need to manually mention this end for, and I'm just removing the spaces. Now, if I go and refresh this page, we'll see it will retrieve all the list from our DB. These are the list, right? We have this name, pineapple, peach, strawberry, right? So it will retrieve. So what we are going to do is like we'll take to the next level. Next to this, we will display the price of each one. For that, I'm just going back over here, and next to the list, inside the braces, inside this parenthesis, I'm just going to display again with the 2 curly braces, again item dot price. That's it. Item dot price. I'm just saving it. Now if I refresh this page, means see here it is listing with the price like 10, 50 and all. Now in this video, or in this place, in this file, what we learned is like there are 2 tags we learned. Like one is template tag, like this percentage curly braces, which is get class closed. We use this dynamically execute the logic and render the HTML. We use it for the for loop to repeat some code, or we can use for the if statement to dynamically render the content. The other one is this syntax, like double curly braces. We use this for dynamically render the value in our HTML markup. Whatever we put inside this double curly braces, right, it is evaluated and written as an HTML markup. Now what we are going to do is like we move it to the next level. What the next level is like, we need to display this banana name and the URL, the image. For that, what we are going to do is like we need to add the Bootstrap. What is the Bootstrap is like? It's a popular framework for building the beautiful, modern and responsive application. Let's see the Bootstrap. And this is the Bootstrap over here. I'm just going to the documentation, and here I'm just going for the version 4.6. and now what I'm going to do is like I'm just going to copy all this content, how we want to make it. I'm just copying this one, And here inside this templates, right, just adding one more file called base.html, because I'm just going to incorporate the Bootstrap. I'm just pasting it whatever we added over here. And here inside this hello world, right, what I'm going to do is like I'm just going to add some piece of code. I'll explain you what this piece of code. Again, the template tag is curly braces, percentage curly braces. Again, same thing in the next line. Now in between this, what I'm going to add is the tag called block content, and again this is called end block. Now what we'll do is like with this piece of code, wherever we mentioned, right, that pieces will get replaced over here. Now I'm going to use this base.html in this index.html. Now here in top of this h1, what I'm going to do is like I'm just again the template tag sorry, and this one is like a percentage symbol and curly braces. Now here what I'm going to use a keyword is extends the base.html. That's it, base.html in a string, base.html. That's it. Now again what I'm going to do is like here now I'm just going to add the piece of code block content over here next to this. Again after this I'm just ending this one with the end block. I'm just copying from here. I will explain you in a bit like what's happening over here. So with these changes, what we'll do is like when Django will try to render this page, first it will look for the base.html. In base.html only we have defined all the markups that will helpful for the Bootstrap and all. So it will have all the markups defined in this base.html only, and it's going to fill this block content end block with the template defined over here. We have defined this block content and end block, right? So it will get replaced over in this body section and it will get rendered over here. Now if you refresh our screen means, see here somewhat it is looking better. Let's see what will happen in the next section. Now what I want to display is like in the kind of a product card. In the product card means I want to display in a card, right? So what I have to do is like I just go to these components. Inside this component we have this card. So I want to display like this card. See here like this. So the image, we need to display the product and the name and some description and some button like add to cart and all. For that we just want to copy this, and I just copy this content or HTML template. Now here what I'm going to do is like I'm just going to render with the view with the layout format. For that I'm just going to create the div. Now what I'm going to do is like I'm just going to create a called div.row, just tab, and inside that I'm just going to create with the multiple columns. So again div dot for the col, I just make use of col as a column. That's it. And inside the column only I want to render this card. Now what I'm going to do is like I just paste the markup whatever I copied in the Bootstrap website for rendering the card. I'm just saving it, and the code is not refactored, right? So I'm just going to it and I want to format the code. So I'm just reformatting the code. That's it. Now what I want to do is like I just take this for loop and just take this for loop, Control X, and put it over here next to the row, and I'm just minimizing it. And what I'm going to do is like I'm just copying this end for loop also, and after this one I'm just adding it over here and removing this pieces of code, unordered list and all. I just don't want this code and all. I just remove this one. That's it. And now what I'm going to do is like inside the source, right, instead of the source I'm just making use of double curly braces item dot image underscore URL, that's it. And then again here the card title, right, just make use of name, again here instead of that I just make use of price, and here instead of go somewhere I'm just adding of add to cart, that's it. I'm just making use of small itself. And if I refresh the page over here, let's see what's happening here. See, it's everything coming over here, right? But still we have some final touches to do over here. I didn't do anything, I just added this card from the Bootstrap, and already we are getting this value from this data object. The data object will be sending from this view as a dictionary, and from there we are iterating with the for loop, and with the help of this the image URL everything will be getting from the database. That's it. And just adding it over here. And this is the template tag as I explained earlier itself, like end, we have to end this for loop. And this is again the template tag block content. Once the Django will try to render this base.html, in the base.html only it will have all the markup defined over here, and it will look for this block content, and this content will get replaced over here. This entire content will get replaced over here, this block content in block. That's it. Now what I want to do is like I want to just add some kind of navigation bar inside this top right. So again in the Bootstrap, in the component right, there is a navigation bar will be there. Yeah, navigation bar. And here again the Bootstrap code will be there. I want this kind of navigation bar. Just copying this one and going back, getting back to over here in the base.html, next to the body I'm just adding it over here. That's it. Just refreshing this one means, let's see, it will kind of a navigation bar, and the navigation bar will be like the pie shop. That's it. If I refresh it, this will kind of pie shop, but anyhow this is not getting intended with this over here, like a kind of index is not there. For that what I'm going to do is like I'm just going to add the class called container. Here div dot container, I'm just adding it, and tab space, it's added automatically. I'm going to add this piece of code inside this class container div. Control X and Control V. Now this class in Bootstrap, what will do is like this container will do is like we'll be defining this container area in our application. This containers will have some padding. Now refresh this page. See here, it will get automatically contented over here. If I minimize to this to the mobile view also, it will get automatically aligned over here. I'm just refreshing this one. See here, all our products all get listed in the next to them. That's it. Now what you have to do is like another final touches will be there, the base.html. Suppose this base.html will be used across other products, other apps, like instead of products we have like orders, and we'll have like a rating, some other apps, right? So what you have to do is like we need to create a separate directory outside of this application, which is called as templates again. And what I'm going to do is like I'm just going to move this templates base.html to this outer template, because it is going to be reusable, because other products or other apps can also make use of this base.html. I am moving this to this over here. That's it. I'm just refactoring it over here. It got added. And if I refresh this page means, let's see, it's thrown error, because it is going and checking the file inside this admin. This is the internal application, and it is an auth, and it is looking into a template also. It is not there, because in the settings file we need to mention that, hey, go and see inside this template folder. There is an property or object called templates. Inside this base directory we need to mention, like what I have to mention is like os dot path dot, we need to mention the directory over here, join, and here we need to pass the toString. What is the string is like the base directory. Already they have an object called base directory over here in the top. They'll get the base directory, and next to it, next argument is we need to pass a folder name like templates. That's it. The templates name is this one, templates. That's it. If I refresh this page again means, see here, it is coming over here. That's it. So everything is working fine. So that brings up this Django tutorial in this Python course. I hope you learned a lot, and thank you for watching my videos. And also like subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope to see you soon. And what I did is like I add all this code into my GitHub, and I added it in the description section. And if you want this piece of code means, you just go to my GitHub and you can get it over there. Thank you for watching my video. Have a good day, guys. Thank you all.